Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is Station Ep.4 and today we are going to do re-entry. So I did save the game profile that I have and I've copied that somewhere else where this profile here is a bit of a dud. So what we're going to do is, well, as I said, re-entry. So I did decelerate and we are going into a trajectory with Kerbal. As you can see here, I am burning retrograde so that I can slow down my descent because the way we were going was going to be on the dark side of Kerbal and you can't really see anything on the dark side, can you? No, so we had to do a burn here where the light is. And surprisingly, this actually, well, this part of the station here actually fares up quite well against gravity and the forces of heat, which is good. I actually thought the whole thing was going to smash apart. As you can see, there's a bit of the heat there, and the Kerbals are getting burnt. No, they're not getting burnt, they're perfectly fine. And of course, it is expected that the solar panels, solar arrays, and everything else that is solar related came off, of course. Of course, we don't need them. They are pretty much useless. But yeah, it's interesting how just a certain part of the station is actually getting the re-entry heat. Well, I think it's got to do with the rendering a certain distance, because if you zoom in, you see the re-entry heat, but when you zoom out, you don't see it. But I guess it's just sort of a way to prevent lag, but which is understandable. And the best thing, and I'm really happy about, is that the station is actually compatible with the new update 0.22. I was worried that because we made this in a previous update, and I thought that it wasn't going to be compatible, but it is. And weirdly enough, the communitrons, you see the communitrons there, you know how they are, remodeled and stuff. Well, they're perfectly fine on the station now, so they are bigger. And let's see if this matches. I tried to survive, but that didn't happen. And of course, what you get right here is a bit of bouncy. So what we really are doing in this episode, in all seriousness, is actually refueling the station. So that is my refueling rocket right there that you just saw, and we'll look at it just in a second. There it is. So, and well, that refueling station, I originally made it so that we could take it as close as possible to the sun and refuel the station, which I do think it can do. I've sort of tested it and I've been really close to the station with this design. And if you're looking there, you see the illuminators. There were several illuminators on the design here. I actually misplaced them. They weren't meant to be put on that side there. I didn't notice it until now. And there we go, a bit of a smash, but no worries. It's all good. It actually survives, which is great. Now, the weirdest thing by far that has ever happened to me in the game happened in this episode. So, for some reason, when I time warped, when I was using the station, somehow all the Kerbals that were on the seats just came off. And you'll see that fairly soon. But right now we're actually doing a docking. Obviously we have to connect to the station to refuel it. You can't really do anything wirelessly unless you have a mod, but we're not using mods because this is all stock. So here we go. And this is taking a bit of time. The station is pretty long, and you have to go into one specific docking port. It's not like I have an array of docking ports everywhere, which is perfectly fine, of course. And so there we go. This took quite a bit of time. I think I made one mistake. Yes, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I did. Yep, I made one mistake where I burnt too much, and I ended up smashing into the station with this rocket here, which was bad. But don't worry, I restarted, of course. And I think, yeah, there we go. We're not docked yet, but almost there. Set that docking port as a target, because there's only one that is going to be the target. And so what this means is that we have to pass through the station, as you can see there. We're going a bit of a long ways, and it's a little bit dangerous, because we sort of almost smashed into the Kerbal seats there, but they're all good, thankfully. Although they do come off eventually, as I said before, but you will see it. And I was worried about the solar arrays there, and solar panels, but it was all good. Nothing really smashed off during this docking, which is great. And of course, I did include the RCS fuel tank, or just tank, if that's what it's called, just to refill all the RCS on the station. And there we go, we are docked. and I am transferring fuel. If you don't know how to do that already, you just hold down Alt and right click the two fuel tanks that you want to transfer fuel. I believe you can transfer electric charge as well. So yeah, I think you can, which is quite interesting. Yeah, you can always use a solar panel on your rocket. Like every time you have a rocket, just include a solar panel. That's it. 1, 2, that does the job. But with this station, we have several solar panels, but it's mostly for looks, of course. We had to get the basic structure, and here we go. This is the part where the Kerbals, well, I actually named this something. I wrote it on the paper. Kerbal Madness, that's what I named it. Yes, and you'll see in a moment. So I did use a software called Cheat Engine, which is a game modifying software that allows you to modify game data and slow down the game. So I used that to slow down the game and to capture the Kerbal Madness. So you'll see it in a moment. And so this is the part where all the Kerbals just came off the station when I fast forwarded, and I didn't include that. I was recording, but I didn't include it. Yeah, because originally I thought that some part of the station broke off, but it was just all the Kerbals. They just came off the seats, which is the weirdest thing. Why would the Kerbals come off the seats after time warping? That's never happened to me before, and I'm sure it's never happened to anyone else. But of course, that's just the way the game is, and we should see it now. Is that it? Nope, this Kerbal was fine. Yeah, some of these Kerbals didn't all have the Kerbal Madness, which is an awesome name, but most of them did, and you should see it in a moment. I think I did include one clip, so you should see that, which is awesome. And so, of course, we had to use the propellant here just to move closer to the station, and had to do that with every single Kerbal, and we had quite a few Kerbals. And I do believe we lost 2 Kerbals in this incident, so I had to get a few more that were inside the capsules and cockpits, so I had to do that. Do we even have any cockpit on the station? No, I don't think so. Nope, we don't. Okay. Yeah, so there's a Communitron right there. Originally that was way more smaller in the previous version, but during the upgrade, the new upgrade is actually bigger, the 0.22 update. But I'm really surprised that it was actually all fine. So here we go. You see that, guys? I slowed it down. You see the Kerbal just shaking like crazy? I hope you guys can actually see that. Look at I'm sure that's been done before. Yeah, that's pretty damn crazy. Okay. Well, anyway, that was fine. And what, did this one do it? Did it do it? Nope, this one was perfectly fine. Okay. The one without Kerbal Madness. He's just spinning in the air. Ho ho ho. There we go. He's happy. He is happy. I actually took a couple screenshots of that. Should I conclude that as a thumbnail? Maybe. There we go. Kerbal Madness. Close up. Ooh, that one's crazy. Anyway, guys. So right now you'll see just a clip. I'm using new music now by Stellar Drone. Highly recommend you guys to check it out. It will be in the description. But I'll leave you guys to this long clip, and I'll be right back. So here we are. This is it, guys. So of course, next episode we will have to do an interplanetary docking, refuel everything. But that is it. As you can see, we were pretty close to the other part of the station. Everything's good, so I hope you enjoyed, and catch you next time. Bye.